I say fuck it, just smoke in the room, Andy. You only live once, and who knows how
I know.
long that's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a part of me wants to go through my phone and delete stuff.
There should be a service that as soon as something happens, like we're at point of no return, all devices are collected and they go through some black ops scrubbing.
You should start
I'm
that
sure
like a
that-
company, the exit strategy, or some sort of fucking company that wipes out all
Yeah,
your
what was
shit.
I heard was an ad for I guess it was like a watch. The Apple Watch user has fallen, and so it's like an emergency distress signal from your watch. No, I just laying down really hard. I didn't fall down. What are you doing, watch? Making me look bad. We should have Brett, like, let's get together 15 minutes before schedule time. And
come on, you got to come up with some rules to help him
run
success.
I got a notepad here, so that's step one is the notepad.
Andy, you should call him on the phone.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, there he is.
No, that's me.
Motherfucker.
It's like that.
Says you
It's like
joined.
that show you like. It's that horror movie you liked with the invisible dude. You just be kind of lurking behind. It's like, whoa, fuck. Is he here in the room?
Up. What is going on?
I like your shirt, Chad. I'm wearing Doug's merch. It's merch day.
Stand up a little bit, Andy. There you go.
Killer termites. And I'm fitting in a medium now, and I plan on losing weight. I'm going in, like I said, I'm going into this fitness camp.
I don't want to rain on your weight loss parade, but those run very big.
Yeah, Oregon relocation surgery. I guess I was telling somebody they could have the gallbladder for eating, and I guess it isn't much to eat or very big. So fuck it. Good riddance, little organ. The Pluto of my organs. Goodbye. And bile duct, I never even heard. It's like going to a comedy show. I never heard of you before, but you were good. But now you're gone. I'm saying goodbye to all of them.
Your bile duct's like the MC.
Yeah, it's like that ad where Johnny Depp buries his hand doodads out in the desert. That's what I'm doing. Fuck it.
Visage.
Yeah,
I think it's called something like that. Some French name.
Fuck you. All right, I'm shutting it. Keep going. I'll try to rejoin.
Are you gonna reboot your computer?
I already did, but
I'm wow.
Do it again.
Is it possible you have cancer in your computer? It's run it.
Yeah, I'll drop him from the call again.
Jerk its gallbladder out of here.
Yeah. Fuck that gallbladder. I liked your bar there, Chad.
Yeah,
I'd like to do a Bloody
Marys in oh, sorry, Andy.
Go ahead. No. I know. I was waiting for you, and then go ahead.
Yeah. We started off drinking Bloody Marys in Alaska when we started this, and you never know when it might be your last podcast.
Right.
So, I thought I'd throw up a little Bloody Mary bar.
Yeah, my theme song going into it is the Whip It from Devo.
Whip It.
Yeah. It's time to whip it. Thursday? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. I'm going in.
Thursday.
Shit. Motherfucker. Early. My kid's taking me in there. She's we were having some laughs. My wife was doing some serious questioning about I guess, like, do I want to be revived and shit like that? And and then feeding tubes and stuff. And it was funny to me and Delaney, and then it didn't translate to the other half of the room. Sure, like a broth, like a feeding tube. Yeah, sure. I would hope like a smoothie, breakfast smoothie, and some soup. And there are catapults around here. I did some investigative work. It wasn't hard. I Googled catapults near me and a bunch of things. Like, shit, I just got to get a bids on this thing.
Yeah, the ones they use to catapult the pumpkins in October, they should be going up for sale right about now, Andy. You can probably get a deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was asking Delaney, I go, I don't think she's heard the catapult plan. And I said, could you get me somewhere where there's a catapult? And I go, do you think I'd fit in that pumpkin one? And she said, I don't think so. And I go, what if I was in the fetal position? Which, I mean, I think if you're going to get launched in a catapult, the fetal position's all right.
That's probably ideal.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. When this first came up, I just pictured in my head that you would be cremated and then stuffed into a pumpkin. Not your body.
Oh,
like a fucking a fucking naked fetal body flailing through the air. No one's gonna let you do that.
Hey, did I say naked?
I mean, it reads naked.
Yeah.
There's nothing that much more shocking about a body flying through the air if it happens to be naked.
Hey!
look who's here.
Was
Hey!
Kim ever naked? See, we're running a program here. If one of us disappears for whatever reason, doesn't come back, and it's still, so we're going, all right, well, Brett's gone.
Yeah,
Maybe that screen will come back, or maybe it won't.
yeah, I just went and had my gallbladder taken out. I didn't want to, shit all over your thing, but it was easy. I feel good.
Yeah, Stanhope just had to whip it and added it to his act. What a dick. Whip it good. That's the song.
What'd I miss?
Andy's
been catapult shopping.
Yeah, I did Delaney's home, and we were my wife. I guess I got some things to initial, and I had to determine who. I actually was suggesting Stanhope be in charge of unplugging me. Just leave it as a kind of a, whatever he suggests.
I don't think it's a thing where do you want to slice your own birthday cake? Where they pick someone to yank the plug. I mean, there'd be a lot of mental baggage to go along with that.
A lot of stuff can go on through. You can do a lot with FaceTime.
They let you cut the cord on the baby. You should be able to pull the cord on a loved one.
We're gonna go to Zoom and decide. have a Zoom party decide on.
Do a poll.
Live or die.
How
man.
about one final level Patreon tier?
Yeah, live or die. Pull the plug. Don't pull the plug level.
Right.
That's gonna be more than $5 a month, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait, Erickson, are you saying a perk could be the thing to pull the plug?
Things.
Well, I mean, it's gonna have to.
That'd be a high level perk right there, indeed.
Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah, but you'd only be one. You couldn't have. It would have to be so high to the highest bidder that.
Or you could have two guys, two running the dojo of life.
If the bid gets too high, Andy could be awake in the bed going, "Hey, knock it off!" Fuck you, dude.
Somebody paid $900. Well, I think it was $900 was the on the Brett Brock sketch of me.
Oh yeah,
which they did. It's a fundraiser, and I think $900. I go I would hang out with somebody for $900. But the picture's better because it doesn't want your drugs and all that. But now that I'm starting to get a few drugs of my own. I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with this season on Narcos. Not really, but I got some. And I got some in the mail. I'm worried about. Yeah, I got some. They're not even. They're just stuff you can get in England, pain meds. But it's better. I think it's. What do they have in them? They got better shit than here.
Probably sugar.
No, it's I can't think of those. I can't think of the drug. But it's I guess, you know, you can it's a, pain med anyway.
And someone sends you what is it called? Fuck, now I forgot the goddamn word, so it won't even work.
Yeah,
it's aspirin in England.
Yeah, no, this is better. Well, yeah, I can't remember the term for it, but I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was laying on the bed admiring my cat, and I swung my leg around and I fucking kicked into the thing, and it like like when you fuck up your shin or whatever, you hit your shin. I kicked it and it fucking hurt so bad that I was like getting shivers and thought I was gonna fucking pass out from the pain, and then I was like pulled myself up and remembered I had those pain pills. And I
Wait, for bumping your funny bone, you're gonna
that's what you want. That's what you want. You want your pain meds when it fucking hurts the most.
That's too much accessibility.
It hurt a lot.
They say as needed on them, Chaille.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Stubbing your toe in your shin.
That's right. Also, you're gonna need to chew the coating off of that pill so that the OxyContin part of it goes away and you get the effect right away. If you're gonna have it help you with a shin you just banged into something, that's gonna have to be some fast hacking shit.
Yeah, I felt like it was a nice preview. If anything was a glimpse into the future, was me chasing pain away. At all, I went down a flight of stairs with my, and then when I took the pill too, then I felt like it was a disproportionate reaction too. I mean, I felt like I should take the pain better, like fucking Miyagi-Do tough or whatever. And it fucking hurt. And then when I took the pill, and then I felt like I was going to pass out. And then I was thinking, oh man, somebody poisoned me, but it's a comic. So I don't remember, that any ill will, but that'd be the perfect way to do it. Is
that was a bumpy ride, Andy.
Yeah. Maybe there's a comic out there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a comic out there who's looking to slide into that sweet Falco's spot and wants to take it out.
He's a comic / actor. He's doing some Netflix stuff, so I doubt he's trying to bump me for podcast spot.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
He's not English, but he's been over there for years.
Oh, really?
Outdoorsman, mountain climber, skier, motorcyclist. See, he was in Seattle for a time.
Rhodes?
Oh, wow.
And he's still alive.
I thought I had it for a minute.
I'm farther off now.
Yeah.
Kelly Moran's off the list.
I don't know who that is. So
Kelly Moran was a comic. He was a keyboard act, and really, I liked him. He was, yeah, he's dead. I called when he died.
Him before, now I remember.
Yeah, I called up his number when I heard he died. Like you guys can, or we'll put. I'll just I'll get one of them watches, and it'll say the person that wears the Apple Watch is expired. We're sending out coordinates. It's at the hospital. I got a good Larry update. Is David just cleaned? David's been cleaning out, they got rid of the old RV trailer. And the guy took a pretty cool engine out. I mean, for all his scrapping and everything. And then Larry's just continues to make garbage. But David went over and had a burn pile, and a sensible burn pile. Like David knows what burns. Although he knows what burns. I'm not gonna. I was just gonna exclude him for chucking rats into the fire, but he just had more.
Rats burn.
Yeah, they burn. They squeal like a motherfucker.
Easy game.
But I have seen that happen. But David's a good, sensible burn pile guy. Well, the place where Larry's RV is anchored, or his new trailer's anchored, is next to a lady who used to be a singer in a band, but she's also likes to party and one out. Nobody can sing forever. Look at David Lee Roth. Anyway, she retired into methamphetamine habits, and she showed up at my nephew's wedding with my brother Larry, and it was like, oh fuck yeah, who's a tweaker? And then David told me, and she's a big fan of my comedy. They wanted to hear me do my whole skit at this wedding. And, so she lives right there, and then she's got some shitwits, I think David called them, shitwit kids, and I think they all party. Like there's a basketball hoop 15 feet up on a tree, shit like that. Somebody's partying here.
So what does that have to do with the burn pile?
Well, so then David left, and he comes back, and there's all this shit on this big pile of fucking stuff, and then David's like, he's like, he's the one who gets angry.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, he goes, that shit ain't gonna burn, Larry. and Larry comes out, and Larry's the one who started it, but it was this kid. So Larry started throwing some on like plastics and shit, smoldering fucking, the stuff you don't put in a burn pile at all.
Tire.
Right.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. And then so then David went over and bawled out his former singer. David's a drummer, and he let the fucking lead singer chick have it. So and then she made her dipshit kid go over there, and then he dragged out all his shit from the burn pile that wasn't going to burn. Maybe it would have eventually, but it wasn't the kind of burn pile David started.
Right.
And when you start a burn pile, that's your burn pile.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can't.
You're responsible for it.
Yeah, someone can't come over and throw a couch on it, and that's, I think, kind of what happened.
That's just poor etiquette.
I'm not sure that's not what happened. I didn't ask him specifically what he felt like wouldn't burn that they were trying to burn, but and then yeah, so that's the update over at Larry's. I'd like to get down there. And then Larry had he's got a pacemaker that fucking skipped a beat or something. Something happens with those things and they get clicked out. So Larry was fucking derailed from his pacemaker, and then he needed to get a ride to this place, and then they reset him.
Yeah.
Some motherfucker. Like RoboCop.
Yeah, he's pretty much, he's a $6,000 man.
Are you sure if it doesn't go out when he's next to his microwave, he needs a ride to the Circle K to use their microwave and kick it back up in the sink?
The plate in his head goes off. Here's what I found out at Christmas is why Larry has such a sense of off. It's sort of stylish, but it seems off a bit. It's like new shit, not new shit. He shops at Ross. Not just like goes there and gets socks. That he goes and he kicks in some, like, sometimes it's like Larry was a little, urban.
Yeah,
but not.
He gets a nice men's blouse at Ross.
Yeah, or Sean John sweats.
Yeah. So he went. They had a Christmas get together, and I guess Larry got he was I forget what his deal was, if he was drinking a little too much or whatever, but he chucked at everybody who was sitting there a gift card with no markings or price value on it from Ross's. I never did follow up to ask anyone had they gone to Ross's and what he threw out, but he chucked them at him, and like in a way where it was like got weird. It's like when Trump threw paper towels. What is the point? What is going on here, man?
Yeah.
So I guess Larry's been on a roll. I gotta, I aim to go down there and see him now. I may be coming out of, I don't think anyone's going to be bothering me in the hospital. And then when I get home, it's possible I'd see David and Larry at what, like fucking, you talk about Wizard of Oz. Like, oh, shit, man.
And you were there, and you
And
were there, and you were
brother,
there.
my brother Jeff would be, yeah, but nobody should get vaccinated. Fuck you. Yeah, I get these phone calls from the 503, and I think it's maybe I pursued half-ass getting a second opinion on this shit, but it was all going to be out of pocket or whatever they call it, out of network. So I just gave up on it. But twice now I've seen a 503, and then I answer it, and it's my bummer bro that I don't like talking to, and then he just talks. The whole thing's about him, and I don't give a shit because I didn't want to talk about me anyway. But then it's just like, and then he's like, talking about my dad, and then he was saying how my dad went through a lot, which I can agree, man. He was paralyzed, diabetic, kidney failure, lost limbs.
Your kids, your brothers, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One kid for each organ.
Yeah. But he goes I never heard the guy complain, which I don't consider Jeff a credible source on anything. He exaggerates or he lies or the story's just inaccurate, so I don't really listen to it. But I was like, that's why I said I gotta go. I'm doing a blood thing, which I thought I was doing a blood thing, and it turns out I was doing a COVID thing, so I went over to the wrong place. And anyway, though, fuck, there goes that edible. I'm gonna have to just explain to the anesthesiologist that, look, man, I didn't lay off any of the stuff. I don't know if you're gonna have to up your game a little bit or whatever, but let's just, ideally, I'm a guy who didn't smoke any weed this week. Ideally, I'm a guy who didn't lean into the sleeping pills a little this week, but I ain't that guy.
Right. Just be truthful. Just say, look, I was having anxiety, and that's how I dealt with it. So.
Yeah.
They should do a pre anesthesia.
I had a phone
they do
call with him.
They do something before you go in, so that you have to sign once again that everything's cool, and then he asks you like pointed questions. He should.
Yeah, well, he felt like I at least had a conversation with it may not be him, it may be one of his colleagues, but he was like, explained what was going to happen, and then he said, and we'll give you something to just kind of calm you down so you don't care as much about everything. And I was like, yeah, let's get to that as soon as, like,
right.
Like fucking right from, like, could I get it?
Meet me in the parking lot, bro.
Right, like I'd have it in with my hot chocolate on the way over, but I guess I'll be on a liquid. Fuck yeah, it's like it's all happening, man.
Don't mainline it. Just wait a minute. Make sure you just work in the word high tolerance, Andy. When you're, geez, I sure hope this knocks me all the way out. I do have a high tolerance.
Yeah, I was thinking about just getting a Sharpie to a T-shirt and say my pain level is 10, and just have a shirt that and every time they come in, I can just go, yeah, it's 10 again.
Hit it again, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully this is my one and done on surgeries. That'd be all right if this was it. This is a setback. But I mean, we've all seen those movies where somebody gets slashed open and then you think they're dead. Like
do you expect to rise up from the operating table as doctors and nurses are washing up their hands and shit?
Didn't we think Drew Barrymore? Is it Drew? No, I was calling her Drew Carey. I almost called her Drew Carey, but what's her name? Barrymore, the chick.
Yeah,
Drew Barrymore.
Barrymore.
Yeah, how many times do we think she was dead when she got slashed by the guy in that movie? Like 2 or 3 times. Like, oh fuck, oh no, she's still alive. Oh, fuck, that's what I feel like. I can take it. You can strap me to a chair, put an apple in my fucking mouth.
Yeah, you're like the bad guy in Die Hard. You can pop up on the operating table and then just come up with a machine gun and just start firing.
Yeah, a Rambo on the rack. It's like fucking getting shocked and shit. Like fucking Anesthesia. I think they torture you with anesthesia. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the whippets.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got to do it, dude. It's time.
Yeah, it's time to whipple into shape.
Just think, if you wouldn't have tried to tell them you wanted to go to Vegas for New Year's, you could be done with this already. It'd be over. You'd be coming home from the hospital right around
well,
now.
if you guys would have known what belly sick meant.
You're right. We missed a few diagnoses. We're like, you're fine, dude. Just stop drinking Dr. Pepper. You're fine.
Yeah. All right.
Oops.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
I got a call from Annie Letterman who said, well, I shouldn't even give her name because what I'm about to say is so vile. And she meant it as a comedian. So let's put it into that context. I hope she meant it as a comedian.
Let's get her canceled. Fuck it.
What'd she say? Yeah, she's a woman in Hollywood. and what she said was, only faggot pussies get cancer. And I can't argue with either of those.
I would have gone with only faggot pussies die from cancer, but
I'm
trying.
Hopefully
trying to
that's what she meant, because we already had cancer when she said that. So I mean,
well,
that could have been an email, man. You got to call me and tell me that.
when I left Death Valley, right in front of my door there was a cowboy hat, which we've determined, and there was a bracelet that said cunt, and there was some tarot cards. And those
tarot cards?
Some tarot cards? No, some tarot cards.
Yeah, they were
like
different
cards.
birds. Different birds. Little colorful birds. And and that's probably why I got cancer. Because those things are like, you draw one card.
Cards?
Yeah, I probably drew a cancer card.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't pay attention to it because I don't believe in that voodoo, but could very well have started this. She started it. And then called me.
Oh, you've drawn the Prince of Pancreas. That's not good. Not good, friend.
Yeah.
I love you don't subscribe
the king
to
of
it.
chemo. What the hell? That's a bad combination.
Especially in a row like that. That's not good.
Yeah.
And he doesn't believe in any of this stuff until he gets cancer. Then he's like, "Oh, I drew that one tarot card."
What did I put it on? I had a discussion with somebody that we know on the Twitter who's an anti-vaxxer. And I posted, because they're not going to post the numbers of COVID dead. So I did probably what'll be the last Jonestown's, like 900 and whatever it is. And then I hear from our anti-vaxxed associate. And and he said, but he goes, and I believe, because this is a guy who once joked about somebody fucking his grandmother or him fucking his grandmother, and she had cancer. Anyway, this guy said that his mother-in-law had cancer, got the vaccines, and then got cancer again. And I said, my reply was, I didn't have cancer, and somebody said, check out these guys, and I watched the Island Boys, and then now all of a sudden I have cancer.
Now
I
you're belly sick.
I ask people, I go, have you heard of the Island Boys? And if they say no, I don't go any further. I leave it there. Because
That's a very kind and generous thing to do.
I think it gave me cancer. I started throwing up for weeks afterwards.
Yeah. The Island Boys are like if everything us old people thought about the younger generation was actually.
Yeah.
Every terrible stereotype of a dumb, ignorant, untalented young person.
There they are. If I was their neighbor, and this isn't a perverted thing or whatever, but if I was their neighbor, I would lure them over and then choke them to death with a belt. And I generally don't hate people or kids, but God damn it. Yeah, that it's like, I don't know. They did obviously no father around.
Yeah.
I haven't done a deep dive.
What level is surreal? That's the question.
What am I looking at? What's going on here?
Looking, it's everything you're looking
You
at.
don't, as long as you just see them,
bad.
you're okay. You don't want to hear
They're-
them
They're
because
famous
it's like,
for being famous. Like they're like the dumb young male version of the Kardashians. If you can
Yeah.
imagine the Kardashians as less talented and stupider.
yeah, I don't want to know more. I saw something that was like, what is their net worth? Like, I don't know. I don't want to know. I want to scrub them
I
from
wanna
my
know.
world.
Actually,
Yeah,
Probably
Andy,
high.
actually, yeah, Andy, you should find out their net worth just in case you do die on the operating table, because that could be the one thing going into the operation. Like, well, at least if I die, at least I don't have to live in a world where the Island Boys have a net worth of
Right.
$44 million.
Right. Yeah, no, it's probably.
Hit me again, bro. Hit me again.
I saw somebody had posted one of their TikTok a Cameo. They do cameos now, and theirs was actually I've been enjoying the when people post those because it's usually just a celebrity talking about their own shit, like OJ going on about his fantasy football league, and then going, "Oh, but hey, man, happy birthday" or whatever. But spends like it's like whatever the time limit is. It's like it's just fun to see ego on. Todd Snyder had one that was purchased for him when he had a CD release or album release, and it was somebody purchased Corey Feldman, and Corey Feldman goes, "Hey man," he knew nothing about who Todd Snyder was, going on about, "Oh, so I understand you got a record release. I got one planned for December, and it's gonna be great, and it's probably gonna be a triple album." And then he just spends all this time just talking about nonsense. Great. I would if I had a lot of money, I think I would purchase cameos of celebrities just to see how fucking awful it is.
Can they see you? Can the celebrities see you on the Cameo, or do you just see them?
No, they're
That's
just
never
recording
what it
a
is.
pre-recorded
Yeah.
message
Yeah.
and sending it to you. They're
Yeah,
just
not the
recording into their iPhone and then emailing it to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason it exists is so celebrities can see how far other celebrities have fallen.
Right.
Based on who, because I can't. Are there real fans, like people that'll pay that? They're expensive, like hundreds of dollars. I would think if you have hundreds of dollars in discretionary income, you know better than to do that.
What if you just really wanted to hear from Roger Stone, and something it's like you're going in and you're nervous about surgery, and Roger Stone is that one guy that you look up to.
Yeah. He can tell you 10 minutes how he didn't do anything wrong.
Lock her up. What are you talking about, man?
All right, that might be funny. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
Island Boys.
Chad, who would Jenny want as a cameo? If you could get Jenny a cameo for her birthday, like who's her like Andy? We could have gotten. We'll get Andy a cameo from the guy from Counting Crows, so when he wakes up, he can get a nice message.
No, he's not really uplifting.
Well, we don't know how this operation is going to turn out, dude.
I think we better start pricing to McConaughey. I might need a.
Oh,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if we could get that money up, then this operation's in the bag. It's easy. It's done. It's 100% already finished.
Yeah.
You're good.
We get that cameo for the uplifting one, and then we get a really cheaper cameo in case it's bad news.
Oh,
yeah,
I saw a good one.
Each, when they make 2 different T-shirts for the winner of the game.
We could get Corey Feldman to do one right about the time that his triple album tanks. And then he can be really sad.
Yeah, I haven't done the research. I didn't remember it splashing on the market, but I know Todd Snyder's was released. But I'm still anxiously awaiting
Andy,
a lot
Corey
of his
Feldman.
fans.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, this is Corey Feldman. I heard you expired. I'm sorry, man. You know what else is expiring soon? Is the code on my website for my new album.
Yeah. Hey, have you met the Angels? The Angels are going to come here later and fuck me. It's so great, man. I haven't done a movie since the 80s, and I still get pussy.
Goonies never say die.
Yeah, I just saw him in. I watched the Lost Boys again. I forgot how great the soundtrack was, and that's actually a pretty good vampire movie. I could see him updating it and making it better.
Wait, like what? Like,
well,
what do you object to in the movie?
No, nothing. But I could see. I mean, I could see them rebooting Lost Boys because that. I mean, it would. Why wouldn't it translate well? There's,
Yeah.
It. But fucking Kiefer Sutherland could be the head vampire, or did he die in the other one? I think he died. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, but this is another one where they're gonna, if they redo it, there's so many things that are perfect about the first one that, I mean, where they're set up on Santa Cruz, and Kiefer Sutherland's great in that one, and then the kids that ended up being
the Corys.
I mean, it's
it's one of the rare films that had the Corys together, didn't it? Wasn't Haim in it too?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those.
Bunch.
The Feldman, the Corys were in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
License to Drive.
Oh man, I got that one. I got that one on my iPad that I just got today. No, I didn't have that on there. But
I tried to find Class Reunion. They said it was on Amazon, but it didn't. When I tried to find it, said it wasn't there. So
yeah, it's in the humanoids from like movies that stuck with me. Like some people were like, man, that that one movie, and then that one it won the Oscar or whatever. But I remember the humanoids from the deep because it was sea monsters raping people at a seafood festival. You're not going to forget that as a kid.
Not if you live in a beach town like Coquille, Oregon.
Yeah.
Right. Just inland, a river coming through town. Who knows what those monsters, monsters.
If I'd have seen that in Walnut, Illinois, I could have been like, this probably won't ever affect me. It'll be a long time before the raping humanoids make their way through Nebraska and Iowa.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. It's like when you're like a Hawaiians run from lava, but then you're looking behind and like, all right, just stay a little bit in front of it,
Yeah, it's not that fast. You could do it.
Yeah, fucking do it up. When I was in Hawaii on my honeymoon just a couple of weeks ago, I used all that money. I used all that GoFundMe money. I got married. We had a rental car. Anyway, there was a thing blocking the road, and there was like lava flowing up the road. It was in I think it was the Big Island, and you could actually go down to where this shit was. Anyway, it was this thing blocking the road, and then these kids come up, and then they had some fucking story about their car being stuck down there, and they needed help and shit, and we declined, and we went back up the road, like they were like, and then that gate opened up. So we came back down, and then them kids were gone. Like they found somebody to fucking bite on their thing, saying that their car was just. So we drove, and then the whole road.
Saying that their car was being eaten by lava, and they needed
like just up the road, and then up the road, it was like a couple of it was a long, winding back and forth road to get down to where you could see this, and then you were blocked from going further. These fucking people were making up a fucking story. I think they wanted my traveler's checks and possibly my bride. I don't know.
It sounds like the Island Boys.
Yeah.
This
is how they get their money.
Don't let it feed, man. Don't let it feed. But I was had a gay man smitten with me on the honeymoon. Like he was just like eyeballing me and stuff. And
so did he.
So like we both had options. she could have been abducted. Oh, and then she almost. Well, this is part of the honeymoon too. And it's not really a good memory and all. But I had an underwater camera, and I was on a snorkeling tour. And there also happened to be some roller derby chicks on there.
Are you pitching a sitcom?
Again, this
Knock
is
on
it.
my door.
It's finally happened again. It doesn't happen as often now. We're in episode 152, but every once in a while, then a new story drops all the way through the pachinko machine, and we're like, how the fuck have we never heard about your snorkeling with the roller derby team adventure in Hawaii?
Well, it's just like three chicks, and they were having fun. They're having Mai Tais and shit on the cruise, and then we did some snorkeling. And I'm in, and I'm taking pictures, underwater pictures, not of necessarily of any one thing, but it's just.
But they all included one thing.
Yeah.
You don't know because it was one of those aim and click, so you're hopeful you got you just don't know. And should I even have been interested in having that on my disposable camera at that time?
So you had a disposable underwater camera.
Yeah,
or did you just take a disposable camera underwater with you?
And my wife had an ill-fitting mask and was taking in a lot of water and nearly drowning. Well, I mean, it's just like, I didn't, I was.
So you're snapping pictures.
I'm over. Yeah. Well,
your wife is drowning.
Yeah, but you gotta hang on to your board. Plus, she's a better swimmer. All that shit, But it was it kind of ruined that day. Little White Lotus vibe on that.
That day and the day that she picked up the pictures at the photo hut. That day was probably shitty too.
Yeah, I think I weeded a few out.
That's when Andy's like, "Oh, I'll just run and get them, no problem."
Yeah.
She's like, "Wait, you never offer to go to the Walgreens?" No, it's fine.
Yeah, remember those days where you go there and then you're like sure that you had some, especially if you had some pictures that you're worried about, and then
the side eye the guy behind
the photo mat guy's like, "Hey man, how's it going? Like, what are you so happy about, man? Looks like you had a pretty good time on your trip." Well, I remember that. Did anyone see the Robin Williams? I think it was called Photo Mat, maybe.
Yeah,
or he was
1 hour photo.
I don't remember. I don't know if it was a great movie, but just the idea that, and he was great as a creepy guy who, he was like go through the pictures and then get to know the family because of that and shit. And then, yeah.
Our buddy Jimmy Schubert was in that movie. You know Jimmy Schubert?
I met him
once. I love Jimmy Schubert.
Yeah, I hung out with him once in Cleveland. Stanhope and yeah.
Really fucking funny guy. It wasn't wasn't Photo Mat guy the job of the bad guy in Red Dragon?
I don't know.
The original.
Oh, the prequel to Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. He was like he was a photo guy. And he was doing like home movies and shit. And that's how he picked his families that he went in and terrorized.
Oh, yeah.
Back when that didn't seem like an obvious place to look first if you were trying to connect the crimes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some creepy shit, man. Having to have somebody else make your pictures for you. Should only be Zuckerberg that's looking at these things.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this before you were out early, is what to do about I assume I'm waking up from surgery, but should I delete stuff off of my phone?
No. That should be your last gift to the universe, dude.
Right.
Erickson's going the other way.
Yeah, look, I mean, the
700 dick pics just dropped.
If you don't wake up, the podcast won't go on forever, but we will need to do a couple of wrap-up episodes, and we're gonna probably need your phone for those.
Okay, so. Well, I'll do a directive.
Just
when I
for
go
some
in,
tasteful end of documentary clips.
Yeah.
With, the credits rolling over it.
Absolutely. What are you going to make a slideshow out of? Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, you don't care if they
Don't delete anything, dude. Don't delete anything. You need have confidence. You'll get to delete it later.
Right. Yeah, now that I know, I think my daughter established a cloud for me. And I'm not sure that's a good thing, right?
You're putting your stuff on the cloud?
Well, dude, I don't want it in a cloud.
2022 and you're jumping onto the cloud?
Yeah.
Cool, bro.
Uh-huh. Finally made it.
Yeah, it seems a little on the nose. Andy's in the clouds now.
Yeah, I don't. Now I'm trying to imagine what sort of shit's gonna be in Andy's cloud. All I do, Andy, is like for if you have an iPad, use a private browser, and then that way your porn searches don't show up. You know, while you're trying to search another one. That's about as far as I go into.
Porn always creeps its ugly head into whatever device I have. I don't really I'm not a big connoisseur, but it always shows up. And then I had to kick a bunch of chicks or people, entities off of Twitter. Not kick them off, I just stopped following them. It's like, it's enough, man. They hit you at those jack off hours. And it's like, well, what do you gain? How do you gain from this? There's no transaction here.
There's a thing on the a commercial on the one I will look at once in a while, and it fucking takes me right out of. I'm ready to jerk off, and you put it up there, and then it plays a commercial just before, and this really sexy woman says, "Need to masturbate, but don't have a partner," and I fucking like, what?
Yeah.
That's why. No, that's why I'm. Hold on. Now I lost my boner because you confused me.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't.
Weirdest commercial ever.
You don't want to.
That's a real niche market.
Yeah, you don't want to be befuddled when you got your fucking dick hard. It's a one emotion, It's like that's why dudes always get the fucking, in the slasher films or whatever, they're fucking the girlfriend or whatever, and then they get caught and they don't know what to do because there's a dude coming in to stab their dick's hard. They can't fucking react. It's just like, oh.
One of the things that bothers me about it most is that with the way targeted marketing is somebody specifically fucking with me? Am I the only one that gets that commercial? Like, watch this guy's gonna lose his boner. It's funny. We do this to him all the time.
Oh man. I'm having to write down the word befuddled because I'm going to start using that in conversation.
Yeah. Are you trying to befuddle me? They said that could have been the Riddler character. Could have been called
Captain Befuddler?
Befuddle.
The Befuddler.
Batman's trying to focus.
How much better would the character be?
Yeah, the Befuddler.
What would he look like, though, Andy?
I don't know. He'd just show up all the time with misdirect questions. So Batman would be like, "Oh, we're off to the back. Hey, Batman, you're talking about caves. I did a little cave climbing up in Utah. Like that would be the Befuddler. He just dressed like Inman, the Befuddler. Fucking guy.
Every time Batman looks at Robin's tight little taut buttocks and gets a boner, the Befuddler appears.
Yeah, and Batman wouldn't be able to react because he'd have a boner.
He'd be like,
Befuddler just beat the fuck out of that. I'm talking about Adam West.
Ow.
I can't see this kind of shit going down with one of the better Batman, but you could beat the fuck out of that Adam West. You fucking bitch. You fucking... And then the Befuddler, before he'd punch him in the face and then hug him.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you? Whoa, that Batman wouldn't know whether he's going to hug him or punch him. He's the Befuddler. Then when he punches him a few times and hugs him a few times, and Batman's like wincing up, and he sucks his dick. Leaves him $20 and takes off. Doesn't call him anymore. That's the Befuddler for you. He's not here to commit crimes. He's just here to confuse your fucking interpretations of crime. So he came in. Well, he did kind of lightly assault me, but then he sucked me. I don't know.
What happened after
Wrote
that?
into the back computer, Robin. I'm more confused than when we were fucking.
Do I owe him $20? What do I do with this?
I know some money should change hands for sure.
Yeah, but
Am I
why is
supposed
that?
to tip
why
him
is that-
too?
Yeah, what happened wasn't free. I just don't know who owes whom.
And why is that a crime, Batman? It's just like a valet service, you know? It's like, oh, all right, well, I got to pay for that, and then you give them money. I don't know. Trying to make a point on. Hey, man, that's my.
Trying to segue to your rant on the valet.
I've been thinking about this. It's like, I should make sure my Twitter's like, I don't want to have like, you never know. And then you go, your last tweet is, something fucking stupid.
I love that these are the things you're thinking about in an end of life situation. It's not like, I wonder if my family will be taken care of. I wonder if going forward everyone will be. No, I was like, oh man, I hope there's not too many dick pics on my phone and my last tweet is fucking dumb.
No,
It's something dorky.
Like I kind of, it's like that. Ansel Adams. I'm kind of like that. I did that. Like, I took that dick picture. But it's like, do you have to keep going back to the mountain?
Your dick pics are all black and white?
I'm just saying.
Black and white.
I didn't,
Shot at dawn.
I knew years ago how to go about it, and and then I lost interest in it.
Good for you. You moved on.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you could have them up and go, you need to solicit or whatever. You want G.I. Joe?
Your art grew and blossomed into pictures of your asshole.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, my best dick picking years though were before you had the fancy camera phones, where you would have to go through the photo, and if you were getting, you wanted proper light, and you'd set the thing up, and then you'd use that flash cube, and then you're like, shit, now I got to take 22 other pictures. Where are my kitties at? Yeah, I don't even, there's probably not a thing. There's probably not a lot of dick photos from those days, because people didn't want, they had to, you had to develop your own.
Yeah, it didn't occur to anybody. There was too many steps involved in getting a dick pic to somebody.
Yeah, that's why
the thing to do.
That's why what was popular back in the day, and not popular with me or my folks or people, but wearing the trench coat and then showing your dick in public. Because
the original dick pic.
Yeah, people. Yeah, you had to go around. You had to present. You
had to sell it door to door.
Yeah,
back before the trench coat mafia meant some smart alecky kids who stole an idea from somebody else.
Yeah,
we had a real trench coat mafia.
The trench coat. The picture is already. You take the picture, and the picture's developing behind the trench coat. And then that's it. That's how people saw penises.
It's literally the only way anyone ever saw a penis.
Yeah, except in marital relations or.
That's why you don't see. That's why you don't see trench coats anymore in the stores. Nobody's buying trench coats because why? What do you need a trench coat for now? You can just do a dick pic on your phone. You don't need a coat.
A handful of bad apples and Playboy joke section ruined the trench coat.
More than bad apples.
Yeah, the 3/4 length trench coat. If you had to show off, you were probably barefoot to really get people's attention. Or I think that if you were doing that, it'd be like if you were a street juggler. You'd want to get, hey, all right, kind of a lead up or whatever. Get a max.
You need an opener.
Yeah, or maybe I'm sure
you gotta build a crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like comedy. You know, there's probably some who they're not very good at it and they want a smaller audience. And then they, you know, they have just a bringer show where they're like whipped her dick out. Oh, it was great. Or whatever. Yeah. You know, but you got to get a
Some
full
guy
crowd.
who's not that great at it teaching a class to some
Yeah.
other group of people who want
Yeah.
to get started in the biz.
The show is the lead up to the show because your closer is just your dick coming out. So, however you want to, you know, bang the gong on that or whatever. But that is, you know, that's why the dick pic ruined the street corner flasher. You know, you still.
Yep.
I don't think you know, like what do you know now? Those kind of guys that just got to get online, and it's just not the same. You know, kids these days.
Pour one out for the old flashers of yore, everybody.
Yeah. When I was a kid, if you wanted to see a man's penis, you had to get flown out of state unattended.
There it is.
You got a little walking around money for it.
A new tracksuit.
I have been.
Got to go see a movie you didn't really understand.
I even though I got outfitted like a little like I talked about this like you know Al Sharpton back in the day. I got outfitted when I'd go visit my gentleman. I call him that, but he was no gentleman. He would buy me these Adidas sweatsuits, and I could never really get away with wear the shoes because I like Adidas shoes, but I could never wear the sweats. One year I got it as a Halloween costume to be little victim me. And but recently at Dick's, I don't mean to name drop, but it was at Dick's, and I saw some Adidas sweatpants, and I got them. So I'm currently wearing Adidas sweatpants, and I don't feel weird or victimized. I paid for them with donations to my cancer fund. On my way to Hawaii with my whore bride.
With your new shoes.
Comfort is essential.
Absolutely.
And the cocaine we did on that, it was just like a 1 week trip, but we did so much cocaine on it because don't worry about it. It's all cancer donations.
Everyone should get to do one fake cancer GoFundMe in their life.
Yeah.
And not get in trouble for it. You can do it whenever you want, but once you've done it, you can't do it again.
Like an MLM. That's fucking a good idea. Like everybody, we all know it, but I'll donate to yours, but you gotta donate to mine.
All right, bro, you're right.
Well, it's like a wedding.
It turns into a pyramid scheme at the end, and a bunch of people get fucked out of money. But at the start of it, we all have a good time and we all make a little dough.
And everybody gets a feel-good story when we come back. And
everyone tells you how much they love you and how important you are and how much you're.
It's like similar things are when you have a pet die and you post it because people will give you love on that. One time I posted that my monkey, like I think I even used like Chim Chim, died. I posted in Facebook that my monkey died changing a light bulb and you know, and I got a lot of that sympathy. It's like, you know, I didn't get nearly enough of what the fuck are you doing having
why is your monkey changing your light bulb, bro?
Why do you have an old chimp on a rickety ladder? It's just fucked up, man.
Everyone understands that you got the chimp for slavery, but you got to retire the chimp after a while. You can't just keep working him and working him and working him. You got to get a new one.
Yeah,
that's the way.
That was my. I used that as a headshot for a minute. And it was like my daughter's stuffed monkeys.
Oh shit, that's you.
Yeah, it's real disappointing. It was real disappointing.
Hold on. Here we go into yet another fucking timeline where we've somehow not seen this picture before.
Holy
shit.
My daughter
I think you really are gonna die on the table.
I did
at this picture right now.
I did do that's like I need to. I send me that, Chaille. I don't know where that is buried, but I got to show that to my kid. But I did the voices for the monkeys for my daughter. At one time, she only had one monkey, and then I saw the same monkey in Boise, and I bought one so we could trade them out, so one wouldn't get so fucked up. And then she found the second monkey, and I was already running a good character, Cece. Cece the monkey is outrageous, and then she opens this thing and finds the second monkey. So she's like, now this is fucking busted. I had to come up with a second character called Chase. So Cece and Chase. And, as much as I wanted to grow the character, Chase was always more of a sidekick.
You named a monkey Chase?
She found it, and
that's
that was just
interesting. But that's just an interesting name for a monkey. It's not like Bonzo or it's Chase.
I think
Jim.
I think like monkeys and midgets, they don't want to really be, they don't want a name that's like, degrading.
They want to be treated like any other, sideshow oddity. They don't want to have attention called to them by their hilarious.
This goes a long way. The two, when there's the two monkeys, they had, so the two monkeys, they were kind of, there was a Velveteen Circus collection. They were kind of rare. But when I had hallucinogenics in Bisbee and thought I died and I was at the old school place up on the hill, in the back courtyard, that little garage there, you sit and you're staring at it and you think you've died and you're on, a real magical mushroom. Is that me doing that?
I don't know. Somebody's mic's fucked up. Chaille, it might be yours. It seems like that's
mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check.
That's it.
Fuzzy.
That's weird.
Your mic lasts like an hour every time, right? It's like halfway through and it just takes a shit.
Me and Chad are like really the only guys with clean records on this show.
Dude.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm staring at that garage, and then that seeing the two monkey faces in the garage told me I was dead, and that was a sign I was dead. But so recently, when my daughter had to flee her house due to the fire or fires near there, she took off and they grabbed, what you grab on the way out or whatever. And I asked her, and she didn't grab very much, but she grabbed both of the monkeys. So, I was a beloved ventriloquist back in the day. I don't look back at the Aunt Jemima character and feel good about it.
Oh, sure. Now it looks bad, but you don't understand the context of what I was doing back. I was deep in a character. The ages were a different time.
Yeah, if there was a black actress to hire to do the character, that would have been.
I would have got it.
But I feel like.
Can you still do either monkey? Can you give us a little?
No,
dude, you're about to.
Yeah, it's just it was real like stupid and high pitched.
Now's the time to get canceled if you're gonna get canceled, dude.
But what's really funny is when Delaney would do it, because she'd go, parrot talk and stuff. But they would go on adventures but usually involve bananas, because Cece, of course, I'm a hack.
Blame your audience.
Monkeys love bananas, so they were always like, I would take them and put them in different places and go, "Where's your monkeys?" And she'd go looking for them. Go, "Where'd they go?" And
horrible.
Go, "Oh,
That's
man."
very
And then they
cute.
would be out. Well, I got them stuck in a palm tree in Hawaii, and that was a bummer, because I was like, "Wait, now how do I get them down?"
How'd you get them
up?
I had to get a Samoan. I had to get a Samoan to climb up there barefoot. No, I hit them down with a hose eventually.
But how'd you get them up there?
I checked them up there, and I go, "Where's your monkeys going?" And I go, "Are they up there on a banana tree?"
You threw them into the air in the hopes of getting them
as I did
stuck up in the
same as I did with the Big Jim. Go back. I threw Big Jim up in a tree, and he didn't come to. I have a fixation with rescuing things stuck in a tree.
But you don't rescue them. You just
the monkeys were not. I couldn't leave. Cece and Chase behind. But those were, the one monkey she had before she was born, and so I could talk to her through the monkeys or whatever, It's like I think it was somewhere between Davy Jones and that would have been funny to use the monkeys as the monkey voices.
Peter Tork. This is my monkey, Peter Tork. Hey, gang, let's take the last train to Clarksville.
Yeah, this will be in the. If I don't survive surgery, you'll get an envelope, and it'll have me doing the monkey voice probably somewhere in there. I'm sure. I don't know. I was the one running the camera, so there's not a lot of incriminating shit like that.
Yeah. I
heard that new Boba Fett's a piece of shit.
Look, we've talked about James, and we're not going to have him on just because.
I know. Okay, you know what? What the good show is have you seen Peacemaker yet?
Yes, I started
enjoy
watching
it a lot.
Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying it as well.
I even went back to see Suicide Squad because I didn't really remember that movie, but then seeing what a dick he is in that movie, and then the characters, it's I think it's going to be a really good series. It's already ridiculous.
I like the vigilante character too. He's pretty funny.
Oh, that's all with John Cena.
John Cena. Yeah, the vigilante character, he talks about how, like, hey, sometimes you gotta kill the bad guys, whether they're, murdering someone, raping someone, or graffitiing a wall somewhere. You just gotta kill these. You gotta take these people out.
Yeah, and who is that? Did you look to see who the actor is?
I did.
He's an unknown, but he's
he was
good.
he had a small role in Game of Thrones. But he's pretty funny on here. Peacemaker's good. I liked it. I got a kick out. I don't normally watch any of the superhero movies because I don't really care about them. But the ones that treat it like it's stupid, they're just basically making fun of other superhero movies in a way.
Yeah.
So,
And you'll like it, Chad. It's
I'll check it
it's
out.
Definitely got juice.
John Cena's funny.
HBO Max.
I like The Boys on Prime. We talked about that.
We should be getting a new season of The Boys pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
God damn it.
So. And then that cartoon one. I don't know if we ever talked about that one. There's a cartoon superhero one on Prime. Fuck, I don't remember what it's called now. But it's got I don't know, people in it, and they do stuff.
No way.
I love it when Chad comes prepared. The one with the guys. They do.
He's got a
thought of it, but I don't remember what it is now. Oh well.
Yeah,
I like the live action Tick. The Tick is on Amazon Prime as a live action show now. I think it's Amazon.
Yeah, it was a reboot. They had it the first time with Putty from Seinfeld.
Yeah, this is different.
Yeah.
They redid it. It's still good.
This guy that plays I like Putty too. The guy that plays the Tick in the new one is not famous, but he's really good at being the Tick.
Yeah.
He carries the whole thing. He's fucking great.
I watched the cartoon.
The bad guy, the Tick is great as a concept, and I like all the versions of the Tick actually. But the bad guy is in the first season is really good too because it's Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah.
Jackie Earl Haley. That is Jackie.
Do you think that kid ran into Clint Howard in a lot of?
No, I'll bet you that kid was the reason Clint Howard was always pissed off because that kid was the reason Clint Howard wasn't getting parts.
Yeah,
Clint Howard could have been in Breaking Away, man, but no.
Yeah. There's only room for one really ugly kid in Hollywood at any given time. Danny Bonaducci had it going for a minute.
Yeah.
I gotta go smoke a bowl here.
That one on Prime, the cartoon is Invincible.
All right.
And it's got J.K. Simmons is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's only like 8 episodes, and I don't know if they're doing more of them, but it's definitely worth watching. I don't watch superhero stuff or cartoon stuff. Well, I mean, I'll watch Looney Tunes and
you know what's coming out
like the regular person, but
you know what's coming out today. That this is another reason Andy has to make sure he doesn't die on the operating table, and that is season 4 of Ozark drops today on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
As in today, the day this comes out.
Never watched.
I haven't watched it.
Man, what? Oh my god! All right, well now you know what you're doing this week. Watch the first 3 seasons of Ozark. Andy, you've watched
Peacemaker and
Ozark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
enjoy that
excited.
show.
Fuck yeah,
I like
man.
Jason Bateman.
Yes.
And the wife is good too. What's her name? I can't. Laura Linney. I think she's fucking great. It's a
There
good
you
show.
go, Andy.
Yeah, season
Get that
4.
tolerance up.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah. It's good. I'm gonna be healthy enough to do that.
You don't want
I know
to
who's
get
gonna-
dry socket.
Yeah, I
Don't
don't know.
smoke too quick.
I don't see anywhere on that 6-day. I see a 6-day hospital plan. I don't see anywhere where it says like, bong rips. So I'm announcing that I'm gonna this is January. No weed January. For the rest of January, I'm not smoking weed starting Thursday morning.
After the hardest, most full smoke session you've ever seen leading up to the 20th.
Yeah.
That's like when I watched the 1,000-pound sisters and the 600-pound one considers it doing well on her diet when she gets hospitalized for a month and loses 45 pounds.
Yeah, that's how we diet. I was all cookies, like I started getting sick again a little bit. It's like, but I put on cookie weight.
Yeah,
like
you're back to actually eating.
Yeah, I know. It's like I got rid of my gut through no physical effort whatsoever, and it felt good about it. Like you're saying, it was like, fuck yeah,
I'm
bring
ripped.
on. I can't wait to go warm places. Go fucking take my. Hey, is everybody taking their shirt off? Let's do it, man.
Yeah, you'll be like
Me and-
that. You'll be like that guy with like the shaved head. And it's like, oh, it's too bad. Oh, that poor man just got cancer. It's too bad. And then you'll be at the pool and you'll tear your shirt off and you'll just have fucking tight abs. And everyone will be like,
me.
oh,
I'll be like I'll be hanging at the pool with Fury and Mishka.
Totally.
Hey, you guys, it's cool. Let's all take our shirts off. We have nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, we have nothing at all to even joke about. Let's just take this way too seriously. And, if we don't like how we look, let's just block each other on the internet then.
Oh, man. Come back, Jason Fury. We love you.
Yeah. We were having fun and we didn't know it was going to hurt your feelings.
We're sorry we made fun of you taking your shirt off on the internet. But honestly, bro, you should have seen this coming. Don't take your shirt off on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like falling asleep at a frat party. Yeah, you got Sharpie dicks on your forehead. That's what happens, dude.
It's like that episode of
Don't
South
hate
Park.
the player, hate the game.
Cartman's like, I took pictures of myself and I put them on the internet and I thought people were going to be stoked. But then they made comments.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know. Yeah. He fucking punch you in a week. Yeah. God damn it.
It's got to be nice having Delaney around for a couple days, right?
Yeah, but it's like the Grim Reaper. Because
she's there for one reason.
Yeah, like sitting there on the iPad and having some good laughs about chucking my corpse in a catapult. It's a bonding thing or whatever, but it's like, and she can brings up, well, you're not gonna want to do that because you're gonna have your organs all sliced up. So she's like, I don't know where she gets that kind of lingo. Where do you talk like that? My dad.
You've been hanging around with Uncle Larry again.
Yeah, my dad had a morbid sense of humor about his own shit, But she has a morbid sense of humor about my shit.
But she's just going along with you, man. It wasn't her idea to catapult you into the lake.
Right, because
we wants to make you comfortable. That's
we talked about for years that I would just, like I'd just go, okay, I'm gonna step in front of a bus. That's like, but that's when you're trying to pay for college or whatever.
Make sure the city pays for it.
Yeah.
We can probably get you into the city college. Free of charge.
You want to go to state college, or you want the state to pay for Harvard? I don't know why they didn't see my dad's blinker on his wheelchair.
He had his arm out.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, that's stop, right? This is right turn.
Left turn.
Yeah.
I never know which it was.
There's only 3, so it's actually not that hard to learn once you learn.
When I'm turning on a bike, I just point where I'm going.
That's the problem, dude. That works for left turn. That's the obvious left turn.
I've driven.
But right turn is the one that's left after you do stop and left turn. So
I've driven enough vehicles that had no working lights whatsoever, that I had to do hand signals just to be a legal driver.
Yeah. And Andy had all the monkeys, so you didn't have an orangutan in your truck that could do the turn signals out the window.
We had that was her thing I guess I made it her thing, but monkeys, but more an idealized monkey. And then once we were at a zoo and she was up against a window, a gorilla mother came over and like hung out with her. Oh, it's like, so there's a connection, like we're, but then, anywhere I go,
you write a fucking book.
What is going on? That's a great memory, man.
Yeah.
That's a great memory.
Yeah. Well, we got a picture. It's like this, it's like, wow, does that ape want to babysit? Maybe.
Does Delaney remember this? How old was Delaney?
I don't know. She remembers it. She'll, remembers it from seeing the picture, I guess. But
because I found that with my kids, it's funny that like they remember shit that I don't remember at all. The stuff that I remember that they did, they have no recollection of.
Right.
So it makes me think that maybe I was so high that I'm remembering something entirely different from the way it went down. Yeah.
Like I did this bit about, I did years ago, it was on my CD, I think, about going to Deer Park. And I got real stoned. I mean, it was a bummer what happened. I turned it into comedy, but it was a bummer. I got super stoned, but then, I think I went into like a toilet, something like that. My wife didn't want to go into the place. It was filthy. And it was, I forget, it's called Deer Park, but they advertise it with tigers and stuff. So it is some form of, like my daughter has a picture holding some, exotic or whatever. But so the bit is.
Is this even, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is this after grandma was mauled by a tiger at the mall?
Yeah.
So that was after your grandma was, you followed the blood trail through the parking lot to whose blood is this? Oh, that's your grandma. She just saw the tiger.
That was wildlife safari. This is Deer Park.
But you still took your daughter to a tiger themed
track record for the Andrist isn't good at this kind of live wild animal things.
I'm sure it couldn't happen twice, honey.
But it was like and I'd been there in middle school, but I just didn't remember. I didn't have a toddler in middle school, number one. But so I got stoned, and then I go, all right, and then I took her in to this thing, and then we were, she was basically mauled by deer, and it was, it was a real fucking bad scene with goats and deer. They ripped us off, and my daughter fell down, and one, I exaggerated a little bit, but a goat was nibbling, trying to pull pulling on my pants and stuff. So, but it was a bad, it was.
What did you exaggerate?
Yeah.
We want to hear your version of it.
The goat was trying to suck my dick. It's like, hey man, this is not what this says. Family entertainment. This is adult entertainment. I want to like something like that. but she, like because I was holding my cone up, and then so this goat was trying to get me, it was like, it was working me.
Your
It was like
your cone of goat food?
Yeah. And we didn't even need to do that. We paid extra. It was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we want to feed the animals, but we thought other people were doing it as well. And they were apparently, because we were like, it's like the Beatles, whoa. And she got knocked down, and like there was a fucking deer hitting her in the chest and smearing shit on her and stuff. And it's kind of, it's outrageous. What? Yeah, it was like, well, it was like they stand in shit. You would
from their hooves.
This area is like where like when you go into a whorehouse and they all are.
This deer was writing racial slurs on my daughter's sweater.
Yeah. It wrote helter skelter. It wrote helter skelter on her chest. I don't know how with the big hoof and all, but it did it.
Oh God.
I forget even what that one was, but that was a semi. I mean, it was the grief of the story was true. You
traumatized Delaney.
Yeah,
because she was in the middle of a feeding frenzy.
Right, like and as a parent, I responded, but again, I was like stoned, and I didn't. You really didn't expect. I thought we were going to just hand feed and pet some animals lovingly, not be like, mobbed by crazed fans. Like that couple from Fresno, that times 20 in pygmy goat form.
You mean our friend Christy?
Yeah. Yeah, they were all goat super fans.
Coming to the desert. We loved you.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know, but overwhelming and pygmy size. And then the deer just come in and cleaned up,
I got knocked down by a goat at Busch Gardens in St. Louis when I was, probably 9 or 10 years old, and it was frightening. It traumatized me, and I was bawling for sure after it happened. I wanted the fuck out of there. I didn't see it coming. I was just standing there, and it hit me from behind. It had a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was holding food or not, but it's scary in the petting zoo.
They're fucking rough, man.
Yeah,
they don't fuck around.
There's like goats are like people. You can run into some really fucked up ones who'll fuck you up.
Right.
My grandpa had a goat that was mean as fuck, and it got out of the pen one time, and it chased me and my cousin, and I got away, and it chased my cousin, and he climbed a fucking stop sign to get away all the way. I don't know how the fuck he got up the pole part, but he was at the top and fucking pulled himself up and was just crunched up on the top of the stop sign with the goat still trying to butt his ass. That was a mean fucking goat.
Yeah,
the goat's eating the sign. The sign's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, like a cartoon. Yeah.
We were little, and for years and years, I would bring that up when we'd be partying and stuff. I'm like, remember you climbed a fucking stop sign? How the fuck do you do that when you're 9 years old?
Yeah.
I think the goat pushed him most of the way up.
I used to go. So one of the first place I lived with my current wife when we were living in sin, I lived with her, and we were moving out of her apartment, and there was like an easy way to just take stuff out level, and you would go with this driveway that was actually some other ladies that was in the same thing, and she would not let us do that. So then we had to move shit down two flights of stairs instead of going, like, she wouldn't do it. So I got a goat that was nearby, and it was moved it, and it ate up all her. She had a bunch of things in pots and raised barrels and shit.
You stole a goat to.
I moved a goat from this area. There was a goat eating briars nearby, and I just said, "Hey, man. What do you think about geraniums?"
Wait, you said "hey man" to the goat?
Probably like, "Hey, I talked to him, like,
we're having an after hours over at my place. If you want to
I talked to Aunt.
it's gonna be
I tried to talk to
kegs and chicks. It's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, man, I'll take your thing, man. It's cool. You got to let them know you're one of them.
Want me to carry your tin can? Let's go, bro.
Yeah, so I chained him up down there for about an hour. I had him down there for an hour. She left. I kind of knew her pattern. She's gone for a few hours. So I put the goat down there, who ate all of her stuff up in a way that would suggest, foul play, of course, but not.
But no way for the goat to be traced back to you.
Right, they fed the goat. The goat was
no
back
fingerprints.
up. Yeah, the goat was back up doing hanging. So I'd piece it together. I don't know, maybe she did, but it's like I like to think that it left a mystery. Like, what the fuck happened? All them plants up on the deck. Huh? You should have let us move. You should have let us move the couch up. Last Saturday.
I wonder if she put that together.
I don't. That's what I like. That's what I would like to. If people could remember me for one thing, it's like I was the Befuddler.
Yeah, that is the Befuddler, because that's a revenge scheme that no one understands.
Yeah.
Like, my God, my geraniums are gone. Yeah, you should have helped me move my couch last week. The Befuddler.
You took my tickets to the Final Four. Your yard's dead. Coincidence? Maybe. You never know. The Befuddler.
Oh my God. Yeah. That should be a show for sure. The Peacemaker can be a show. So can the Befuddler.
Yeah.
Oh.
And look too, there's no superhero or anything. The closest was a Magic the Gathering character or one of those card games. There was a Befuddler.
Oh man. No, as this state will come after us. The
Befuddler's perfect because it can be like the Joker or the Riddler, but the Befuddler's jokes are just, they don't land. Yeah. They're just confusing. He's doing a bit. Nobody understands why he's doing it. Everyone feels bad. Yeah. You're trying to order drinks. He's still going.
We could see if Norm Wilkerson's got some notebooks available. Hey, Norm, don't throw those away yet. Working on this character. None of his jokes work. It doesn't even feel like they're jokes.
That's the difference between the Joker and the Befuddler, is that the Joker became the Joker because he bombed at stand-up and then he got real mean. But the Befuddler bombs but just doesn't realize he bombed. So he just keeps going back.
I didn't like the classic Riddler. He was like, I didn't like his energy.
Oh, Frank Ocean.
Right. He was always like, he would always laugh at shit or whatever. But it's like, he confused me.
Jim Carrey was a good Riddler.
Yeah. I just saw Jim Carrey did a funny video. He just turned 60. Just him making rubbery faces and doing a quick.
You can still do it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I like Jim Carrey. People who don't like Jim Carrey, I have no understanding for that. I don't get it. Don't understand what it is. Could be about this dude you don't like. He's fucking great.
I like everything he's done, but I like the ones that are most people like. I think
I
like all of it, but even the stuff that I don't quite like, I still respect. You know what I mean? Like some people who don't.
Oh yeah.
Really don't like them. Like it just confuses me. Like some of the stuff might not be right up my alley, but it's always interesting and there's a lot behind it.
Yeah, I would never say I don't like his.
What's his darkest role?
I watched that Val Kilmer documentary finally the other day, and it showed about when he was Batman and Jim Carrey as the Riddler or the Befuddler. And I don't know. Maybe it's the way they had it set up, but they seemed really cheesy. All those guys.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched that movie.
It's just like fucking. It's amazing how much like superhero and hero shit has taken over.
It's like It's annoying.
It's like
frankly.
it's like the easiest idea to come, like do a Western again. Okay, what if
That's
we put
really
like
what it
a
is, though, right?
superhero? Yeah,
You know, the way all the movies used to be Westerns, if they weren't realistic movies, they were Westerns. Now, if they're not real, they're superhero movies. Like, that's the new Western. And if you like that genre, this is your time to shine.
yeah. The Befuddler will set him in the Old West.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll wear a top hat and he'll do some like light hypnosis. And people will never quite understand what the show is or what's happening.
Like that guy what's that guy? It was the villain who's ties people to the railroad tracks. It's not really a guy.
Whiplash.
Yeah, like that, a Befuddler. But he ties him. He ties somebody like they're not tied to the tracks. They're just tied to like a lawn chair, and not even that tightly either. It's like the people can untie themselves at will.
They're getting out of it. They're like, why are you even bothering to do this? I don't understand. It's not even keeping me tied here. The Befuddler's like, aha! Yes.
Drug people.
Befuddled yet?
I would like drug people and then just relocate them somewhere, near. Like, wait, I was at a bar and now I'm at a barbecue place.
But with drugs and money in their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. The Befuddler is like left you his wallet. And you got cocaine in your pocket now. He's just partying.
And I picture him as looking average in every single way, so that he couldn't even be described. What would he look like? Oh, like this, like I don't know,
like
guy. Looks like
a guy. He's nothing.
I think his sidekick could be.
It's like this
a good sidekick for the Befuddler could be Blackout. That's just like it's fucking.
Yeah, you never see Blackout. You just hear about him being there. Whenever you turn to look, he's not there.
Yeah.
But yet he's always lurking.
Blackout. Yeah, man, I'm ready to watch that Befuddler movie.
Yeah, let's write it.
You gotta write it. Yeah.
I'll see if my anesthesiologist can take notes.
Write down everything I say, bro. This shit's about to get great.
You got a hell of an outline just in a replay of this podcast, I would think. I missed part of it. I was laughing so fucking hard. I might have to listen back and see.
I want to be like a hippie jam band that hires the light show from some other hippie jam band. Like when I go under anesthesia, I get up and go, I want to bring them in and go, man, I want to take you on the road. Tired of laying out there and taking chances on street drugs. I want to get a disgrace. I want to disgrace maybe disgrace for respectable reasons.
That's the ultimate perk of being rich and famous, though, Andy. And that's why so many of those guys are dead. That's why Tom Petty's dead and Prince is dead, Michael Jackson's dead, because they had their own anesthesiologist, and
see,
you can only fucking roll those dice so many times before it comes up snake eyes.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
Up until then, it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a good ride.
Yeah. I wish Clapton would get involved with
shit, right?
Yeah, him and Van Morrison. Yeah.
Oh, Van Morrison too. I don't keep up with all of that.
Oh, Van's he's a dick. He's a dick anyway.
I can separate the art from the artist, mostly because I don't know anything about the artist whatsoever. I barely know the song, but I like.
There's to hearing that Eric Clapton's a douchebag, or hearing about him being a racist and stuff.
I heard about that.
It doesn't take away from the one song of his that I don't mind that much, I guess. But I don't really. But Clapton was never really anyone It's like
his best stuff is with Derek and the Dominoes, right?
Yeah.
The original he was good. Layla is like one of the classic songs of all time.
Yeah, that's it. And so he's kind of like Ted Nugent. There's one song of Ted's I listen to, or a couple maybe. Stranglehold. I think that's it.
Great White Buffalo is the best Ted Nugent song.
Really?
That song?
Maybe
Great White Buffalo?
maybe
That's
not
a killer.
familiar with it. All right, I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
Not great one. That's not a great
That's
one.
the best
Oh
one.
yeah, we're
That's
doing
the one where he's
Stranglehold.
that's back when he was a liberal. He's talking about how the white man killed all the buffalo and he couldn't see past his billfold, man. He wanted all the buffalo dead. It's like, that's cool. And then you go over to Ted's house and he's got a Trump flag in his yard and he's shooting flaming arrows at Obama.
But what would wouldn't Billy Jack be a fucking Nazi? Was that his name, Billy Jack? Was he Kung Fu?
Billy Jack, yeah.
Billy Jack. Did he do? Yeah, he did a little karate. He was an Indian.
That wasn't Kung Fu. Kung Fu was Carradine.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu, where he was looking for his half brother.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, does your half brother even want you to show up? You won't even ask him.
I felt like
running around getting in.
I felt like he was actively avoiding him for sure.
Yeah.
What about a second show where it's Carradine's half brother avoiding him the whole time? This guy's chasing me, man.
He's one town away.
He's closing in. Oh man, it's my fucking.
That's hilarious.
It's my idiot. It's my
Once
idiot.
in a while, you see David Carradine in the background of the shot. Like you Photoshop him into the shot, so he's like walking and like looking. He's like that close. You're just.
Hey, bro. He's on a train. Hey, bro. It's not even kung fu. It's called jujitsu.
Right. And then he turns and he looks at you, and then right when he's about to go after you, a guy jumps in front of him, and it's the Befuddler, and he's like,
Hey man, hey, you ever wear a belt around your neck when you're masturbating? Oh, that's a terrible suggestion, Befuddler. Oh, we'll do some drugs and it'll be fun.
We just wrote a good episode of Mr. Show. That's what we just did.
Wasn't it David Carradine who died in the? Isn't that right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it seemed a little in excess to me. Hey, that's another one, right? Yeah.
Michael Hutchins.
Who else? Is there a third? I don't know.
Betty White.
Betty White was a. Yeah. If only she'd have kept that vibrator in her asshole, I think she'd have been okay. Started getting greedy.
She knocked all of her teeth out and went crazy.
Yeah, you're not going to get enough lube in there. Is that Stanhope?
That's Doug and Olivia from the last.
It is like Kung Fu. Doug's like trying to get away from
Brett Brock is an artist, isn't he?
Jeff Stanhope is Kung Fu.
Yeah, this must have been in his 23rd hour.
Yeah. That picture you posted a picture of something the other day that I had to get glasses to see that it wasn't Stanhope, but it looked like
I posted it.
Talking to
No, Erickson.
Oh. I did. What was it of?
Yeah.
What are you talking
I don't know. An old dude and somebody else, and the old dude.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know. I got cancer. I don't really remember.
You don't have cancer of the eyes.
Yeah, I won't be able to, I mean, if all goes right with the surgery, I won't be able to use that. But like a handicap parking permit, I'll still have it.
Yeah.
I mean, not cancer, but the, that entitlement.
Stolen valid.
You could do another GoFundMe because now you have to fuck in the back.
Oh my God! I mean, I recently got. I mean, I got sick the last few days, and I had pain a little bit. But up until that, I was feeling really guilty because I've been feeling so good, and that GoFundMe's double the amount, and there's still efforts to raise money and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is like fucking, stealing from people. And then all of a sudden I get these fucking, and then have to go. All right, well,
go right to, open up your banking app on your phone when you're like,
I'm so used to the gray area that it feels weird that it's, wait, these are my pills? It's like trading places when they brought in. He goes, no, all of this is yours. I can just take this. I can break this.
He keeps putting shit in his pockets.
This is mine, huh? This is mine. I can just take this. That's cool. I'll just smoke this then.
That's actually not a bad Eddie Murphy impression.
That was pretty goddamn good.
That's part of. Well, I used to take.
I was right there with you.
I took my ghetto box that I got from my molester, and I would tape Saturday Night Live with that and record it, and I would like listen to definitely the Eddie, even the Joe Piscopo.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know I was into right wing douchebaggery when I was doing the David
Joe
Letterman.
Piscopo was funny. It was Eddie Murphy was funny, and then Joe Piscopo did the sports guy, and that was the one thing Joe Piscopo did that was funny, and that was it.
Yeah. And when Phil Hartman came on the scene, you thought, oh, okay, another Joe Piscopo. But Phil Hartman had talent. Like just
Phil Hartman, I have argued that if you ranked all of the people that have ever been on SNL, Phil Hartman is number one.
Yeah,
that's my top guy ever. And I think probably Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd are right after him.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he had the voice thing. He could do almost any kind of a thing, and
he could do every straight character that you needed to let the other people be funny, which is what people forget that you also need. Is the fucking best.
Yeah, one of the best Simpsons voices too. Troy McClure. You might remember me from.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. Yeah.
That's your character on your other podcast, Erickson.
Yeah, there it is. The Troy McClure homage.
Andy.
No, Andy, don't do it. You're doing buckwheat, doing Stevie Wonder.
All right, man. I'm black on the inside with cancer.
And Andy's trying to make this a final episode one way or the other.
Totally. This fucking shit is canceled, man.
Yeah. You can use slurs against my organs there, Fuck my gallbladder.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, you can't cancel me. I may get canceled.
Only God cancels me.
Yeah, bring him back. Let him know he's been canceled.
Oh, next special. Even God can't cancel me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm worried I'll see a light and then I'll just head to it, and then they'll be like, I don't know that there's anything, but if there were, they'd be like, "What are you doing here?" Like, I saw a light. I know that was just somebody who's taking a picture over there.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I walked up here. I'm kind of done. Like, no,
I left it. No, you got to go back.
You're getting surgery. You're fine. No, that's cool. Are there snacks in the green room?
What kind of booze you guys got back here?
Yeah. It's like that character.
That's another. There's a trope we haven't seen in movies, like the character who's dying who gets a second chance but doesn't want it. Like is still just trying to not take it, and the angels are like, "No, you can go back down to Earth and you can right all your wrongs and your misdeeds. You can correct them all. We'll just give you one last chance."
And I'm taking a pit bull cross country. I saw an ad for that movie. Military dude taking a pit bull or a service dog cross country, and the friendship, it's like a classic buddy.
Is it called The Power of the Dog?
I know it should be though. The Power of the Dog is the best vampire movie possibly.
You mean it's possibly a vampire movie?
He doesn't know.
That's what
when Andy checked out of that movie,
the cinematographer doesn't. The cinematographer of that movie doesn't know that it wasn't a vampire movie. And people like it. So that's the thing, man. I know I'm gonna upset a lot of people who are like, man, I'm all about The Power of Dog. It's a cleverly designed vampire pedophilia flick disguised as an animal. Old Yeller, his sheets are. That's a Michael Landon nod on the pancreas to Michael Landon. He was in a movie where he was a bedwetter, and he would
Michael Landon.
Yeah, it was an after-school special. Yeah, he's a bedwetter. It's one of them coming of age.
How does your brain work, dude? How do you remember Michael Landon in an after-school special has a bedwetter? How do you?
Because it's I was a bedwetter. And I would also sleepwalk and wet other people's beds. So it was something that the family wanted to work on together a little bit.
It was nice of you to make it everyone's problem.
Andy, that's the thing, dude. Every time I was in the military where you had to stay in like a barracks with a bunch of other people, there was one dude who came in drunk and peed all over another fucking dude or all this stuff. It was always one like, what the fuck? Why does this keep happening to people? It never happened to me. I'd have been in prison still for murdering that motherfucker, but it happened every place I was.
Sleepwalking and stuff does that. People do that too. Like just get confused. And like one time I dreamed I was my brother John and I was playing basketball and I was my brother John and then I woke up and he was peeing in his bed. I mean, I was it was in his bed and peeing on it. And I was like, that's weird. I was dreaming I was him. Like, fucked up. I didn't tell him about it. Like it's hard to explain it here.
He didn't wake up.
Let him figure it out.
Woke up. Yeah, but he wasn't there, and I was like,
wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Andy, was that
he peed the bed?
I didn't mean to, do it, but it happened.
Blame it on the dog at that point.
Well, yeah, it was blame it on the dog. Power of the dog.
Yeah. That after school special, was it The Loneliest Runner?
Maybe. I think he was lonely because his parents were going to whoop his ass for wetting the bed.
I definitely remember an after school special about wetting the bed.
Am I right? It might be another actor, but I'm pretty sure it was Michael Landon.
Yeah, Michael Landon, but Lance Kerwin is the youth. That's when the bedwetting was happening.
That's the kid,
he was the dad. Yeah, Michael Landon wasn't the bedwetter. He was the dad. He couldn't have been. He would have been too old.
No, I think he was the runner. He was the kid running home.
No, he was the runner as an adult. Lance Kerwin played as a youth. That's why
he remembered his bedwetting in flashbacks.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's how you want to do it too.
That's the way bedwetting works best when it's already happened to you in the past.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the storyline, ready? And this is it's the after school special that Andy's talking about called The Loneliest Runner. A 13-year-old bedwetter runs home from school every day to retrieve that sheet his mother has hung from his bedroom window to punish him. He races to get there before any of his friends pass the house. The enforced training prepares him to become a competitive runner.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Now it's all coming back to me. I remember that this was Andy's inspiration to be run his first marathon was.
Hide the socks.
Had to run. yeah.
I'd rush home before my mom gathered up all the socks and put them in the front yard.
Hang them off
a chick.
Whenever you're
trying to impress the chick and they told her I was fucking celibate.
When you make it to the Olympics, they do your backstory, and then they find out it's an embarrassing backstory where you pissed the bed every night and you had to run home and get your shitty sheets off of the fucking.
I just remember that piss stained sheets, and who's doing who's mom? You're doing laundry, and they're still,
you're not noticing.
This should be he should run home with bleach and mom, we can work on this together. You don't have to shame me, but let's. Okay, it was that kid.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That's Kerwin. He also did James at 16 later on.
Yeah, James at 16. I watched that show too. Coming of age. I followed that boy a few years.
Is that when he went from bedwetting to coming in socks?
I don't know. James at 16 was I don't remember much about that show other than it was a short run and I liked it. And then it got, I'm like, well, I'd get the TV guide and preview upcoming shows and select ones I'd preview. And I was on board with James at 16 and then it was gone. motherfuckers. Just like the Wolf Boy or any other Mystic Indiana. I thought that show was good. It was a short-lived.
Hello, Larry.
Short-lived. Hello, Larry. That the Larry Sanders shows, or not Larry Sanders, but is that fucking the paper boy? Chris Elliott is
Get
the
a
paper
Life?
boy.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that
He's
lasted
so-
a couple of seasons. Hello, Larry is the show McLean Stevenson left MASH to
Yeah,
go.
oh, right.
Lasted
Yeah.
like 3 episodes, and they were like, no.
Yeah. Well, almost everything after MASH, including after MASH, didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
The best one maybe was Trapper John MD because it was a drama, but it had a longer TV run. Pernell Roberts, motherfucking Adam Cartwright, fucking walks off the ranch, says no more of this bullshit after like 2 seasons. He sat in the green room with Hop Sing and he was like, oh fuck no. Oh fuck no. I'm not doing this shit.
Trapper out.
Mr. Adam leaving TV series? Yeah. Fuck you, you caricature. Do your laundry?
Yeah. Yeah, there was some problematic areas of the early, especially the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was really,
this whole show's gonna get canceled, man.
yeah.
Leave this shit.
Yeah, if you don't think you can make Blazing Saddles today, you definitely couldn't remake MASH, the movie. You'd be,
Oh,
you
man.
probably wouldn't get very, very much past the Spear Chucker character.
Yeah. The Spear Chucker's the first one I thought of.
Speaking of spear checkers, he's
Wasn't
got
his last name Jones?
Bruce Jenner up behind him. Through the javelin. I'd like to see that Caitlyn Jenner throw a javelin, see what she's got. You know? I bet she could chuck one. Not as good as Bruce, but I bet she could still chuck one.
Be good though.
It's form.
But the form is,
And
that's the key with javelin is to have good form. So
well, and a decathlete. I mean, most of those, are just skills. It's not like
it would be funny if there was like a Beverly Hills, over 50 female decathlon, and Caitlyn
there
gets it. Just fucking dominates.
It would seem like she would invent that.
Yeah.
I'd come out and see
Come
her.
up with that.
I'd go see her run. See her run against a bunch of dudes. Bunch of fucking perps. Guys who got busted for creepy, weird, just like, it's not that you got to be creepy to be interested in a woman like Caitlyn Jenner.
So you want to punish like old peeping toms by making them compete against a former Olympic decathlon champion and be humiliated by a woman at the same time.
They can't all be winners, but I'll bet Caitlyn would be in on it, like a chance to ridicule pervs.
Yeah.
And straighten them out, and get them woke.
Yeah, it's like a companion piece to the Chris Hansen show,
Could you imagine her going all Karen? Could you imagine Caitlyn going all Karen on you and explaining the difference between, this and that to you? Just all like that. It's like when Gary Busey got in my face. It's like, all right, man, I can't even fucking process this shit, But I bet Caitlyn would be a real bitch,
When Caitlyn mansplains something to you, is that what you're talking about?
I think it's proven. A real fucking bitch. I think when he was on Chips, he was a bitch.
He wasn't up with Chips. He was on
Chips. He was on Chips. Yeah, Bruce Jenner was on Chips. Not as Caitlyn, but that would have been, he could have rode with that chick. Yeah,
he went a little progressive for that time.
I don't know if you can call it jumping the shark, but when Chips ran a few seasons too long, they brought in Bruce Jenner to replace, I think, Poncherello.
Yeah, he took over Poncherello.
Oh, really?
I thought you meant like a guest spot.
So did I.
No,
that's
like
that just shows.
Yeah,
you can't do
and neither of those guys.
Punch, so that's why
neither of those guys could. Neither of those guys got the ladies after Ponch left. They're just like both kind of awkward and like I thought, Bruce was going to hit on the chicks. Now it turns out he was one. Turns out you're
Yeah.
See that?
Well,
That's
Wow.
the beginning. That's when
I
he
didn't know
started
that.
getting
Holy
makeup
shit.
applied to him. That's the origins of Caitlyn. How bad is when he's like, "Oh, doll me up a little more," and it's like, "Oh, I don't want to be Bruce anymore. I want to be this," Oh yeah,
Bruce, you're as ready as you can be. I've got all the makeup you need to have on you. You need to get out of the trailer and go to the
yeah. I need when I did I did makeup for the Down and Dirty show, but when I got through makeup, I was like attracted to myself. Wow, I
Wait,
put a little
you think Bruce Jenner is becoming a woman because he's turned on by himself?
I think so. He got all made up, and then he's like, I put on some lip gloss and stuff, and then he just spent a lot of time in his trailer. Poncherilla wasn't there, so he had a lot of off time. I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm gonna have to read his book now. Maybe I'll get it on Audible. Does Caitlyn have a tell-all?
I'm sure Caitlyn has a tell-all. I don't know if it goes deep into chips.
Yeah, I think you should start with Poncherelli's book and
Chips
see.
chapter.
Yeah,
That's what I always tried to bring that up when I was friends with Twitter friends with Randy Quaid, and he liked chips. He'd go on about the show, like if somebody liked the Three Stooges, and you go, the best ones are with Curly Joe. That's what I would do. I was like, man, I really think Bruce Jenner turned that show around. And stuff like, it's like
you were baiting Randy Quaid into a conversation.
I was trolling Randy Quaid. I admit it now. I did spend time. I did the same with John Taffer, and I apologize if I don't make it out of this thing. I'm gonna
setting it right with the people you've wronged on the internet.
Repent, you sinner.
And you didn't even wrong them. You just sort of possibly wasted their time a little bit. You were like trying. Yeah, you just wanted to hang out with them and have a conversation.
All them people during the Jodi Arias trial, pros and cons. We can all get along.
You went hardcore after those guys?
I joined up and was I took the angle of Travis for a while, and then I got a lot. That's when I first got followers on Twitter. I was baiting that, going, what a shame and all that, and then I would twist it once I got all these women. Then I would twist it, going, obviously Travis and the church are responsible for this. Like what? That's how I got interested in Twitter, was during that trial.
Oh my God! You
were
were live tweeting the Jodi Arias trial.
Yeah, like one day I would get like 30 followers, and the next day I would lose like 30. But it's like feeling it out. I'm sorry, I took advantage of you people.
Oh man!
By you people, or anybody watching fucking daytime TV, watching a trial of a fucking person. It was a personal murder. One chick murdered another dude, and it's their own people's personal business. But I watched it, and I was entertained by it, and people all around the world were captivated by it, and that leads them to open their stupid fucking idiot hearts. It was before before this country was polarized. It was fun to polarize people. Now it's like, Jesus Christ. It was already polarized. Guess I'll keep my mouth shut. That was polarization. Even Captain Befuddler.
Yeah, Jodi Arias was an insane person, so that trial was really interesting to follow, because it's interesting to watch someone like that who actually does believe they're going to get away with it when everyone else is absolutely 100% aware of the fact that you're caught and you're going to go down. Mm-hmm. But she was convinced. She dropped the camera and accidentally took a picture of the crime while it was happening. And it was one of those old cameras that had to have the pictures developed. So she didn't even know she took that picture till after, or maybe it was her phone, but she didn't know that picture was even on there, and they found it, and it's like, oh, bitch, you are fucked.
It was a camera that she tried to hide in a washing machine. I didn't follow the story, but I did watch a documentary recently.
Chad, I hope I didn't upset you on Twitter.
With what?
There's so many, dude, in so many other timelines, you two wouldn't have been friends. Andy would have joined the army, come into the barracks all drunk, peed on Chad. Chad murders him.
Yeah. Previous lives, Chad's spirit has killed my spirit.
I don't know if I told you guys about my introduction to Twitter. It was I had an account that I followed, like a few comedians and some stuff. I didn't really mess with Twitter. It was new, kind of, maybe to me. I don't know if it was new, but it's new to me. And it was shortly after I met Stanhope. He texted me and he said, "Hey, unlock your Twitter." And I was like, "Unlock my Twitter." All right, I unlocked my Twitter and found that he had tweeted all day long about some school shooting. He had tweeted like in favor of the school shooter. And then at the end of the day, after he riled everybody up, he said, "Hey, man, that wasn't me. That was my friend, HD Fatty." Uh-huh. And so my first introduction to Twitter was an onslaught of hate for tweeting insensitive pro-shooter jokes all day long the day of a school shooting.
Yeah.
And Stanhope had to intervene.
Yeah. That you didn't even tweet.
I didn't even know anything about it.
That's the best.
I don't even know.
It's like when they show up, sing "Happy Birthday" around you at the place, and it's not your birthday.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Holy shit! Sounds like Chaille lives in a haunted house.
He might be setting up one.
Well, shit. I could do this forever. So.
Yeah, let's get a good look at this carcass.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
When? I don't know.
We're catapulting.
We're on vacation.
Catapulting on the 25th. Yeah. We're catapulting into February.
Yeah. How long is recovery supposed to be, Andy? 3 weeks?
I mean, the surgeon said, like, I stopped listening because it was like a long thing, but he said recovery could take up to 6 months. I'm thinking that might include recovery and then chemotherapy. If I need to do that on the other end, that would maybe, bleed into 6 months. But I'm going to be up, befuddling. I'm going to befuddle the nurses. Like, how does this guy, he's been out from surgery. He's been out for 8 hours and he still has an erection. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that happens.
He woke up and asked for a microphone. He said he's ready to podcast. We don't know what that means.
I associate horny or sexual now with just free-flowing warm drugs. Like, oh, God damn it. I just want to fucking... It's like my cat. He's old, feeble, and he puts his head up next to me and stuff, and it's like, God damn it, I fucking love you, dude. But
yeah. Don't do that. That's a bad sign. If the cat
I'm held back by society's norms, and then, where are you going to go for second base? You can kiss your cat, but are you really going to fuck him in his asshole? So you just go back. I feel
like that's a perfect spot.
Right. My closing
it's going to be a good way.
My closing. If I don't make it back, that's where it should end.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cliffhanger to hang all cliffhangers on their assholes.
Like our good friend Andy Andrist always used to say, you can kiss your cat, but are you really gonna fuck him in his asshole?
This leads to a lot of hugs.
It's not even a lot of letters to pay for on a tombstone.
Hey, yeah, you could just install me a tombstone at Tombstone's fucking tacky tourist thing. Just put down issues with Andy, died of jacking off and make it funny and racist, so they'll make it racist, so
it'll be popular.
Put it on the tour.
Yeah.
Hashtag Andy's epitaph.
Yeah.
Bury me next to Chinky.
Erickson was right. We should have stopped earlier.
Don't worry, I'll edit all this out. This will be in the bonus. This will be after the credits. This
Gag
is the
reel.
Easter egg.